I spent months designing this blanket, researching, sketching, finding the manufacturer, figuring out how to make my artwork work when it's knit. And when it finally arrived, I was so incredibly excited with how it turned out. It's probably the most excited I've been about a single project I have created in a really long time. But now I am terrified. Now it's time to place the bulk order. And I keep hesitating. What if no one buys it? What if I get stuck with a pile of blankets and an empty bank account? And worse, what if I was just excited about nothing? If you have ever felt scared to take the next step, trust me, you are not alone. So let's talk a little bit about how I made this thing. Like most of my artwork, I started by getting inspired by nature, more specifically, the San Gabriel Mountains, which are right behind my house. And as we all know, they have gone through some serious trauma in the last few months. I started making this collection way before the fires happened in Eaton Canyon. And now the whole project has a completely different meaning to me. Now it feels like I'm celebrating rebirth, I'm celebrating the plants coming back, and I'm mourning what we lost. So I started by studying the flora and fauna of the San Gabriel Mountains. I looked at all the weird animals. I wanted to draw the California newt and toads and moths. I didn't want to draw something that everybody would think of as being in the mountains. My big goal for this project was to turn all of that beauty and weirdness and amazingness into a lovely, cozy knit blanket. So I had the dream. Now I had to figure out how to make it a reality. I had never designed anything for a knit product, so that was a learning curve. So I researched, found vendors, I asked questions, I made mistakes, and thankfully they helped me fix them. But eventually I was able to take my artwork and make it so that it could be turned into a knit product. When I finally had the artwork ready, I sent it off and I waited. When that blanket arrived, I was so excited. It was better than I could have imagined. The colors were perfect. All of my artwork looked wonderful. And I was just incredibly excited. It was exactly what I envisioned. And then reality hit. If I want to actually sell these, I have to place a bulk order, which means I have to spend real money. Suddenly, all of my excitement turned into fear. There's this part in the book, Art and Fear, that says, and I'm going to read it to you. Artists don't get down to work until the fear of doing nothing finally exceeds the fear of doing it badly. So that hit me. I felt seen because right now I am stuck in that in-between space. I have that fear of moving forward. Basically, I'm in the what if it fails loop. So if you have ever started your own art business or created something for products and suddenly thought to yourself, is this even worth it? I want you to know that I see you and we all go through this. So here is what I have realized. The fear isn't a stop sign. It's just proof that you care about what you're doing. Because if you didn't care, you would just keep moving forward. Art and Fear also says the people who succeed in art are not the ones who are fearless. They're the ones who keep going and make their art despite the fear. Because the fear never really goes away. So instead of asking, what if it fails? I'm trying to change my mindset around this. And what I'm going to say to myself to help me move forward is, what if it works? That is a much more powerful way to move forward. I wanted to share this video this week because I don't have all the answers. I still don't know if these blankets are going to sell. What I do know is that letting that fear stop me would be the biggest failure of all. So tell me, what is something in your art or your business that is a fear that's holding you back? Let's talk about it in the comments because I think that we all need to hear these stories from one another. And we need a reminder that we're not alone. All right. Thanks for being with me in my fear. And if you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe. It helps me. I would love to hear your feedback. I'll see you next time.